In June 2022, Ferdinand Marcos Jr., popularly known as Bong Bong, became the president of Philippines by defeating the former president Rodrigo Duterte. Initially, he was considered a pro-Chinese leader, but contrary to his election image, he has emerged as a nightmare for China. To uphold the sovereignty of Philippines, he has been taking all the necessary steps, including enhancing defense ties with India. Last year, Philippines bought BrahMos missiles worth $375 million from India. Now, the latest developments indicate that Bong Bong is ready to take ties with India to a higher level. Namaste and welcome to TFI Post. I'm your host Paush Gupta. Let's begin. Recently, the Philippines Parliament Speaker Ferdinand Martin Romualdez attended the Digital Public Infrastructure Lecture. It was part of the World Bank and IMF spring meetings. During the event, Mr. Speaker proposed a partnership among the Philippines, United States and India to build a digital public infrastructure in his country. Speaker Ferdinand said, and I quote, "I think it is very important for the Philippines, India and the US to lead in this digital public infrastructure initiative because nations have much to gain from this," unquote. Mr. Speaker added that building public digital platform is very much aligned with the campaign promise of President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. to speed up the country's digital transformation. Mr. Speaker further stated that this was the reason why the House of Representatives passed the e-government or e-governance bill. The bill sought to shift the entire Philippines bureaucracy to the digital space for faster and more transparent delivery of services and for better engagement with the public. He also added that the digitalization will definitely prove to be panacea for the economic problems left behind by the COVID-19 pandemic. The Filipino speaker also had a brief conversation with Nandan Nilekani, one of the co-founders of the Indian multinational information technology company Infosys. Infrastructure that enables people to participate in public and civic life digitally is known as digital public infrastructure. The government and tax-paying citizens provide the majority of its funding. Contrary to privately owned internet platforms which make billions mostly through advertising, it is not profit-oriented. The information technology and business process management industries in India account for more than 55% of the global outsourcing market. In 2015, the Indian government introduced the Digital India Mission. This was done to leverage technology and digitalization to improve governance in the country. Meanwhile, the US Agency for International Development provided $18 million in January to assist Philippine small and medium-sized firms in speeding their digitalization transition. Earlier this year, an agreement regarding Indian grant assistance for the implementation of the Quick Implementation Project was signed between India and the Philippines. The agreement provides a framework that enables the utilization of Indian aid for small projects to promote the socio-economic development of Philippines. Along with improving physical infrastructure, this also involves developing social infrastructure. Right from physical and social infrastructure and now to digital public infrastructure, Philippines is finding a trustworthy partner in India. Now, without a doubt, it can be stated that the Philippines has entered an era in which Filipinos will not let China befool their nation and compromise their core interest or their sovereignty. Now it is forging stronger alliances with like-minded nations, with India being the front runner in that, and this is reflected in recent agreements in every sector, be it digital or defense.